All right. Aloha and welcome to today's webinar presentation. My name is Chris. We're here at BYU-Hawaii and we're hosting today's webinar with Otgon and Abby in preparation for our Asia Pacific Career Conference, a 4-day conference held here at BYU-Hawaii designed to help students that are interested in employment in Asia Pacific to connect with employers with recruiting demand. Today, we're learning more about specialized career consulting from Otgon and Abby in Mongolia. Before we begin in presentation, let me introduce you to some of the aspects of our software. Those of you attending this live can see that you have the opportunity to participate in Q&A at the bottom. If you click on the Q&A button and submit questions, we will try to respond to those now. You'll also see that there is a way to raise your hand or interact in different ways if you would like to address something or have a question. For the most part, you will see that you cannot be heard or seen, but your way of communicating with the presenter is through the Q&A. Now that we are all familiar with the technology, let's begin with our webinar. The time is now yours to share your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chris, and thank you, Becky. So first of all, my name is Ibi, and this is Otgon. And we're a recruitment agency, recruitment consultants from Specialized Career Consulting from Mongolia. And we've been working as a recruitment consultant for 2 years for this company. And we decided to join this webinar, this event, because our company verifies various different companies working with us. So we wanted to introduce our company and how we can help the students and also how they can network in Mongolia and learn about Mongolian market, as well as learn about different companies in Mongolia as well.
Okay. And ACC is mainly client-focused recruitment and outsourcing and business consulting company established in 2010. And also, and our achievements are in 2000.
What? Sorry, a little nervous. I think. So in 2000, starting from our business, basically we have 2 different main services, which is outsourcing and recruitment. What are the difference between these two is that outsourcing, we will outsource employees for different companies, meaning that they will be our employees, but they will execute their jobs at the client's location. So for example, if you're working for this one marketing company, if you want to be hired for this marketing company, you'll be hired for specialized career consulting, but you will go to that marketing company and execute your job and just work as a normal employee for that company. However, you'll begin all the payment, employee contract, and then payment will be made by our company. And the other recruitment agency part is that we recruit for different companies, meaning that we help find them the right employee. But they won't become our employees, but they will become the main employee, the main employee for that company. So it's very similar, but a little bit different. Right now, we've been outsourcing for since 2013 for one of the biggest mining company, and we have over 400 employees. And as of right now, as of today, we have about over 100 companies that we work with, that we recruit for. And right now we have about 160 companies and 131 open positions, opportunities available for everybody in Mongolia, even people, expats as well. We hire expats over the countries to bring to Mongolia, and they get to their expenses paid, and they're of course paid a little bit higher because they're living in a different country and working in a different environment. So yeah, so recruitment consultant and outsourcing. And right now our company is actually expanding to Japan as well, and we will do the same thing, outsource and recruit as well, but we're starting with the recruitment right now and later on outsource for different companies. So in the process of opening our company, there. But within this year, we will have an office in Tokyo, Shibuya, I believe.
Yeah.
So if there are any students or candidates who wants to work in Japan or who wants to work in Mongolia, they'll be more than welcome to contact us. We will help with the process of how to apply for a job, how to write your resume, how to be interviewed, how to prepare yourself, and how to look for jobs, how to understand what your capability and what you want to do depending on your knowledge and your experience. Basically help you with step-by-step everything, whatever you have, any kind of questions you have, we can work it out. We will try to understand together and just get you to that right career path, basically. That's what the recruitment agency is. And why choose a recruitment agency rather than applying by yourself? Basically, major companies hire recruitment agencies to filter out the basic foundations. Basically, we want this type of person. You filter out the first 2 layers, and we will do that. And we'll get you, once it's filtered out, it's easier for them to interview those candidates instead of filtering them out by yourself. So if you apply to that company by yourself, I know you'll get interviewed, but you won't be interviewed at first. So if you don't get interviewed at first, you might not get hired at first. So you'll have better higher chance by applying to a recruitment agency, basically. Yeah.
And also our company has very first implementing ISO 9001 standards in Mongolia, actually.
So it's an international standard, basically ISO 9001. Most of the companies in Mongolia are starting to do that, but we were the very first recruitment HR outsourcing company to implement that for our company. So meaning, what does it mean implementing ISO 9001 is that it's an international standard for all the companies. So basically, we're not running on Mongolian standard, we're running on international standard, meaning that we will comply with all the privacies, with all the international regulations. So you don't have to worry about your privacies and being exposed and all that information. So it's just for a safety standard. That's it. Right? So how do we know if there's any questions or so there's right now participants is 2, Chris. So there's nobody else watching?
I guess so, but then we also will record a video for those students who have missed this. They can also go online and then they can watch it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we can also talk about Mongolian market and how it is here and what type of sectors are very popular. I'm sure it's none of you guys, I'm sure it's interesting, I think. So in Mongolia, it's kind of different than other countries. Mining has been the biggest sector in Mongolia for the past 5 to 10 years, I believe. As soon as I returned to America, not America, I'm sorry, returned to Mongolia, mining has been the biggest thing. There's mining for gold, coal, silver, everything. Yeah. And it's just the biggest sector that everybody wants to work for. It's the highest paying job in Mongolia, basically. If you get hired for one of the biggest mining companies, you'll be set for at least next 5 to 10 years, basically. That's what everyone says. But compared to other countries, Mongolia is based on mining sector and what else? Banking sector. So two different biggest sector, mining sector and banking sector. And within that, we also, the jobs that we mostly look for is that having a hard time finding the perfect candidates are majored in IT, sales and marketing, HR, and technical field who are able to speak English, competent in English. So in Mongolia, English is the second or third language. Before it was Russian, Mongolian Russian. Now it's Mongolian and English. So most people are starting to learn English, but they're not at a level of communicating with international level. So we're having a hard time finding IT people, sales and marketing. Not hard time, but these are the prime job opportunities that's available, but it requires English so much, language ability. And so people, for candidates who are looking for a job in Mongolia, students who are looking for a job, or possibly thinking to return to Mongolia and don't know what to major in, I think IT, sales, and HR that we mentioned earlier, and technical fields such as mechanic, you don't find mechanics who speaks English in Mongolia. But there are job opportunities available, so many opportunities, but we're not able to supply them because of due to their inability to speak in English. So if they're looking for to major in, maybe possibly major in those opportunities, those fields, as well as what is it? Sorry, lost of track of lost. But those fields, and also I wanted to mention that language ability is such a big deal in Mongolia now, because we're getting a lot of international companies in Mongolia and hiring so many people with English speaking person, because we have so many students abroad they're coming back to Mongolia, and they're getting hired and they're able to speak English, but the students over here they don't speak English. So it's hard because what do you call it? It's very competitive. Yeah.
So
what else do you yeah.
So I just a little bit confused that, like, are you guys looking to hire student to work your company, or are you looking for a student to get a help from your company to get a job?
So both ways. We can right now we can hire students to work for our company, start their career as a recruitment agent, or intern for our company, or we can help them with the process of finding a company to work for in their field.
Also, are you looking for only Mongolian and Japanese students, or it doesn't matter, like, country?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because most of the companies in our company, we look for international expats in Mongolia. So a lot of companies hire expats in Mongolia to help the Mongolian market, to have the Mongolian people learn from them, work together, have a multicultural in Mongolia as well. So it's all for all students, whoever's interested.
Do you guys have any expectation from the student to hire your company?
Our expectation is motivated, ambitious, who's actually wanting to work and learn. You know, if they have that ambition, they have that willing, then we're able to help them step by step, train them, and help them just on their way. Yeah, as long as they're willing to do. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it. And they're able to speak English, or if they're intermediate in English, then we can help them learn quicker and better, as long as they're willing to. That's it. The willingness is the biggest thing, basically.
So for your visit this time, are you looking for like a full-time position, or you also have like internship program for students as well?
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just a little bit nervous actually.
No problem.
We're just trying to get the new internship students, international internship students from our company.
So we currently we just hire right now. We do have internships. We have researchers who intern for our companies, and we are thinking about starting an internship program. Possibly, they can intern while they're working for. While they're at school, so they can do it like through the internet, I guess.
Okay.
So we can help them out what they need to do, how they with the process, we'll walk them through it, and then they can do the internship through online, I guess. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, they don't have to be here in person. They can be here in person too. So if they come back to Mongolia, or if they come to Mongolia for internship, they can be at the office. But if they can't, they're going to school, then they can do it online, basically. Yes.
How long is the program for internship then?
Around 3 months.
3 months, yeah. 3 months. Yeah, if they want to extend, maybe 6 months, but mostly it's 3 months.
Thank you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Of course. Do you guys have any other questions?
Not for now.
Not for now? Okay. What else should we introduce about our company?
And our clients, maybe.
So our clients, I mean, if students want to work for different companies, we have over 100 clients. So such as sectors come from retail, banking, mining,
and infrastructure.
Yeah,
and,
IT.
Yeah, and FMCG or something.
So recently, one of our biggest projects that we worked on was the Millennium Challenge accounts, the Millennium Challenge Corporation. If you guys heard about it, they signed a contract with Mongolia named the Millennium Challenge Accounts, and they're working on an infrastructure project, a program for Mongolia, a water project basically, because recently it was found out that we don't have the water resource until after 2020 or 2021. So if we don't do anything about it right now, we don't have any clean water resource after that year. So they've decided to work with Mongolia and created MCA, Millennium Challenge Accounts, to start this 5-year project, a program to help out Mongolian water resource. They're gonna build a filter to filter out the water resource we have right now to continue within the next 10 years, 20 years, I believe, 10 to 20 years. So it's a big program, and it's an American government program. So, and our company helped with that program to hire their directors and their workers recently. So it was very interesting. Just if you guys have any, if it interests you guys at all. So let's see. Sorry. Do you guys have any questions? Sorry, I thought we were gonna have like people ask them questions and we would just kind of like answer by we go.
Yeah, if we have more people joining, then they would probably ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, then probably they might have some question that they have, and then when you are here, they can ask you in person as well.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I think when we go there, he's gonna have the company's brochure, the company's introduction.
Yeah.
It's in a PDF form as well as in paper form. So if the students wants to see it, they will be able to grab it and go. And he's gonna have like a stand-up, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the explanation of the Mongolian market. He's gonna have a presentation of Mongolian market and the job opportunities and the process of building your resumes and how to get hired and the interview tips and stuff like that available. But we weren't really too sure if we should do that for the for today's event, but maybe we should. I know he'll do it for the event in March, but
That's
yeah.
good.
So if you guys have any questions, then yeah.
Yeah, I think I have one question before we finish.
Uh-huh.
I think it's like, what kind of skill sets of student that will be your first priority to consider them to be like joining you guys or joining your company?
For our company, interpersonal skills is very important. Communicating skills is one of the biggest, because it is we're always communicating with people. We're always talking to different type of people, different backgrounds of people. So knowing how to handle that, knowing how to communicate with them, knowing how to understand what they're coming from, and able to communicate yourself to them and able to understand them, have them communicate to you, because there are so many people who are very shy, who are very quiet. So you have to get them to talk to you. So communication skill is very important to work for our company.
And that's referring like English communication, right?
Well, not just English communication. English communication is a plus, of course, but just communicating, able to get through someone's, like if someone doesn't ask a question, you have to keep digging to understand that person. So that becomes your communication skill, just being able to get that question, able to get that answer from that person. You have to have that communication skills. You have to have the ability to speak and understand that person, basically, yeah. And English is, of course, a plus.
Great, thank you.
Of course. I think if you guys want to have any questions, I think we're good on our side. Sorry, we were a little nervous. I think it'll be better in person once he goes there. It'll be better. But let us know if you guys have any questions. We'll be more than happy to answer. We'll be more than happy to guide your students with their process of hiring, getting hired, writing their resumes and internship programs and stuff like that. We'll be an open book. So
great. Thank you so much for joining us and your company today. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
We're looking forward to see you guys. Well, see Ocon in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yes, it'll be very soon.
Great. If you have any questions later on, you can more than welcome to email me, and I'll be more than happy to answer those as well.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Thank you,
so
Becky.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.